Well, hello, and welcome to the third week summary video. Basically, we spent the whole week on combat, which is the key interaction in Tango Fiesta. Andrew, Ropart, Gavin Harrison and Ewan Brock have all been very hard at work and have done an amazing job with this build. I'm going to kind of jump in here. As you can see, player 1 is now based on Dylan, that son of a bitch from Predator. I say based on, it's very loose. He's got an eye patch for crying out loud. Is he a pirate? Maybe. Who knows? Cross between Dylan and Snake Plissken, perhaps. But anyway, like I say, combat. That includes melee, that includes throwing grenades, that includes multiple weapon types, and all kinds of lovely bits and bobs. I should say, it's all placeholder still. All the assets and all the sort of visual elements of what you see are going to change and get tweaked heavily, but nonetheless, very representative, very, very fun to play, and particularly the bad guys. Okay, ignore the invisible feet there, ignore the bullet on the floor, but as you can see, some pretty much better animations in. Just going to deal with these guys. Oh, reloading. So reloading's in, as is a little bit of noise on the bullets, like they're not the most accurate thing in the world. Gonna run away. So his arm shouldn't be shaking like that, but it doesn't matter, you know, it's in development. Oh, not one hit kills either. So I can take a bit of damage, although it's not reflected in the HUD. You can see that I'm using the shotgun at the minute. Takes a long time to reload, but it's very powerful. I'm using the X button on my pad to reload. Flamethrower, you'll recognise that from the last video perhaps. It now sets people on fire, although you can't see the flame effect. You can see that he gets damaged and dies over time. There you go. Rocket launcher. Nice bit of knockback on the weapons. Cool. That took out a few, didn't it? So yeah. I mean, that's it's got a projectile. The projectile has a trail on it. They all have shadows as well, I should say. And then when it hits, it's got a flash and an expanding ring. Again, not like that. And also placeholder. Placeholder innuendo, who'd have thought? Takes a while to reload. It'll have a lower top ammo, so I can't fire anymore. That's me done. Oh no, it was just reloading. I'm being a muppet. What's this? So we got a pistol here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I died. I'll have to jump back in. Yep, there we go, pistol. So you can see it's quite accurate. Like, it doesn't have all that much noise on the shots. You can see the hit effects are in. So a little red splash when you hit them. Oh, I'm getting beaten up quite a bit. But every now and then you'll see a blue one and you'll hear a different hit effect as well, and that is critical hits are in. So every character will have a different critical hit rate or percentage chance. Reloading again. Right, what's next? Burst shots, 3 burst fire. It's got no kickback on it. You also notice, if I get time, so this is pretty inaccurate, this gun. It's basically the Uzi, but sort of a 3-round burst instead of a constant thing. So if I'm running, oh sorry, I'll get my stamina back up. If I'm sprinting and if I'm moving and shooting, that's what it looks like. If I'm sprinting and shooting, that's what it looks like. So obviously there's a bit of a bug where it's not really catching up, but it's more inaccurate, and that again depends on the character that you're playing as. There we go. Or is it the gun? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's in there. And it's another bit of depth. So that combined with the fact that you can backpedal but you're moving slower than if you weren't backpedaling, it just adds a little bit of tactical depth to the combat that I think, you know, is a lot of these games sort of scrimp on. We still want Tango Fiesta to be all about just, you know, blowing stuff up and having a lot of fun. But ultimately, you know, the game's not going to last the years that we want it to without sort of systems to adapt to and to learn and to give depth to the combat. What's next? Okay, Magnum. So it's got 4, 5, 6, and a reload. There we go. It's got 6 bullets in the chamber. Long reload, but every bullet just kills a guy and knocks you back quite a way. So again, it's all under it's all placeholder, all for tweaking, but this is roughly sort of some of the core weapon types that we'd expect to see in. You can even see there's a little particle effect, visual effect under their feet when there's knockback. So again, it's placeholder, but you know, it'll kind of show the player. It'll be lots of nice audio-visual feedback. Ooh, what was that? Ah, grenade launcher. So that kind of kills a lot of people at once. Yikes! That's pure explosive. And then what are we back to now? So here's melee. Oh, so we've got 8 directional melee as well. I might close the console there so you got a bit more space. So, oh no, I just threw 3 grenades. That was really silly. I was going to save that for last. There we go, melee. So at the minute it's just your gun, and it's quite dangerous, and we'll probably make it do more damage. But these guys are quite tough. But yeah, basically it's got some knockback on it, and it's a last resort maybe, but it never runs out of ammo, does it? So you might want to take this into your into battle. You never know. So we've basically got an editor where every bullet. Sorry, there's a gun editor and a bullet editor, and I can set it up so that basically any gun uses any bullet type. At the minute, you know, the melee attack is a kind of bullet, as it were, but it's just got a different effect on it. We'll put in arcs of effects and stuff as well. I mean, you can kind of see it's got a muzzle flash and stuff, which is a bit silly, but there you go. Kind of decked him with it. And then we're back to the standard machine gun. So that's Nick, who works at Mastertronic. So today is the day that we got announced. This is Monday, and this is last Friday's build, so I'm kind of cheating. But had a nice weekend away because I knew it was going to be a pretty busy, well, next 7 months. So yeah, Nick's already with the Tango jokes. Yeah, it's just been fantastic. So we've got all of this stuff in. Like, there's a little bit of knockback on this. I'm not moving the character backwards, it's just moving backwards because of the gun. And again, it's just systems to play with, to compensate for when you're fighting, and you know, we get a rich enough sort of palette of interactions, and it just becomes really good fun. You can see that slightly buggily, so it's not happening on every hit, but most hits enemies are flashing red. So again, that's a bit more feedback, plus the hit effect itself, the little red or blue splash, depending on if you get a crit or not. And then there's, you can see, hopefully you can see the casings flying out, and they've all got sound effects. And then when I reload, I drop a clip as well. So again, we're going to balance that so they kind of hang around a bit more, give you a bit more sort of idea of where you've fought your battles and things like that. But that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, it seems like not a lot, but now we don't need to do anything to the weapons. Like, all the systems are in. We just need to like have fun with it. And I mean, the grenade launcher is already fun, and it's already just come out of combining a launcher with a grenade type of its own, because it's an explosive. Whereas the thrown grenade, which I should say is on RB at the minute, there you go, that's actually a Molotov. So it killed all those guys by setting them on fire. But yeah, so from here on in, it's just finessing, like we did with Movement Week 2. It's just all about, you know, just setting up all this stuff, and it's already engaging. I'm already distracting myself while playing. I'm already finding myself playing more than I need to, just to test the things I'm doing. I'm actually having fun. And yeah, we can just create whatever we want, you know. We can create crossbows, we can create normal bows, you know, Rambo, anyone. We can create any kind of pistol you want, Robocop's one, or, you know, generic sort of 9mm, or the Uzi. We've just got everything we need. We've got thrown weapons, we've got beam weapons. So, you know, we're just covering all the bases, and from here on in, it's all polish, all balance. It's all making the game, you know. This is making the game, but then that's making the game fun, and we've just made it, we're trying to make it really easy for ourselves. So right now, what we're working on is environments, and if you've seen the render that got sent out with the press release, that's, I mean, it's a render, but it's using in-game assets, and that's what the game should look quite close to by the end of this week. Which is very exciting, because then it really begins to look like a game. You know, now it's just a little, it's like a fun little toy, because you just got endlessly spawning dudes and no sort of context for it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, that is me. That's just over 10 minutes. This is Andrew Smith, Spilt Studios, signing off. And please do like and subscribe and all of that jazz if you're enjoying this stuff. And tell your friends, you know. I don't know how many other games are talking this openly and showing all this kind of stuff about the game's development, but hopefully some people will learn some things. Who knows? We might even learn some things. And please do ask us questions, because we are listening, and we'd love to know what you think. See you at Rezzed at the end of March. Until next time. Oh, critical. Goodbye.